We are live. Happy Saturday and happy new month, April 1st. Welcome to the second quarter of 2023. And this is the voice and the face of Dr. Olabintan with another tete-a-tete. And today's topic, how to fight anxiety. We're going to talk about 5 tips on how to fight anxiety. If you are watching live, hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay. And before I go into the 5, I kind of want to touch base on why I decided to do this topic. I have to be honest with you, I've seen this manifest in multiple conversations with clients, with family, anxiety, what it can do, how much of a joy stealer and how much of a energy sapper it is. And so I decided, you know what, let's talk practical tips. So if you know someone who is going through some anxiety or struggling with anxiety or has some anxiety that you've noticed, please share this with them. This will be very useful for you as it has been for me and continues to be for me. All right, so let's go ahead. What are the 5 tips I'm going to share with you today on how to fight anxiety? Number one, or before we actually go into that, let's talk why we should fight anxiety. What's the big deal? Yeah, you worry excessively. Your alarm systems are constantly up. Why should it matter? Well, guess what? With anxiety, you're not able to see opportunities packaged in the day. You're not able to receive positive feedback because everything you see is danger, danger, danger. So think of it this way. When you're anxious, your body thinks you're ready to flight, or freeze. So you're about to either attack something that's threatening your life, or you're about to run away in hopes of being safe, or you're going to freeze in fear. So your body thinks that. So its focus is really on safety. It does not see an opportunity to strategize. It does not see benefits that are packaged in the day. It does not see positive things that are coming to you. All it sees is something bad is about to happen. I'm about to fight. All right. So to be on that constant state is not good. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your heart. And so that's why we're having this conversation. I've seen it steal people's dreams. I've seen it rob people of energy. You feel like you're doing something. It's like a rocking chair. Anxiety is like a rocking chair. Someone said that, where you're moving, but you're not going anywhere. And this is why anxiety needs to be something that we dial down. We dial down. So I hope and I trust that these tips will be helpful. So let's go right into it because this is the tete-a-tete. It's not supposed to be that long. All right. Number 1, change your thinking. All right. I should have warned you. These things are going to sound very simple. And that's the challenge with simple things. Easy to do, easy not to do. But number 1, change your thinking. So take stock of what you're thinking about. Oh, I'm anxious about this. I'm worried about this. Okay, what are you thinking? Write it down. You're afraid of this. You're worried about this. Write it down. As you write it down, flip it. The opposite. Now, you're probably, well, you don't know what I'm going through. I have reasons to be anxious. Well, guess what? A year before, you had anxieties too. You're worried about getting to college, but you survived high school. You were worried about high school, but you survived that. Or you finished college, you're worried about a job. Well, you were worried about college. You did that. Change your thinking. I have overcome challenges before. I have overcome new terrain before. I've done things afraid before and survived and thrived. This will be no different. Do you notice that your mind doesn't naturally cheer you on? Like, go you, like you can do this. Not No, it doesn't. So we have to tell our minds, we have to teach our minds how to help us. We have to teach our mind how to help us. So number 1, change your thinking, write your thoughts down, then flip it. And you have to do this regularly. It does not happen. It's not a one and done. So you have a thought, oh, what if something happens? Well, what if this happens? Well, yesterday it didn't happen. The day before it didn't happen. And many years before it didn't happen. So today will not be any different. End of thought. Or, oh, I got that diagnosis. They're doing tests. Oh my goodness, what if? Well, I've done the things I should do. I've gone for a checkup. Everything looks good so far. I should be okay. End of discussion. It's almost like you're telling your mind, hey, focus. Help me, not work against me. All right, change your thinking. Number 2, and I used to think this sounded very woo-woo too, but I confess, I am on the same bandwagon. Number 2, be thankful. Hear me out. And I didn't used to practice this because, generally speaking, I'm thankful for this. I'm alive. And yeah, but not sarcastic gratitude. This is where you actually take stock intentionally of things that are working well for you, things that happened the day before. I'll give an example. I'm thankful for, I got a hug from my son. He doesn't like to give too many hugs sometimes. Or I'm learning something that used to scare me or it was difficult for me, and I'm getting better at it. Or someone gave me a compliment yesterday and it really warmed my soul because I took time to appreciate it. Studies have actually, these are scientific studies. It's not, and that's the problem with simple things, like I said earlier. Easy to do, easy not to do. But I want to encourage you, practice gratitude. In light of what challenges lay ahead, be thankful for challenges you've overcome. And that's the power of documenting. I know it takes time to write things down. I was reflecting on things from 2 years ago, and I'm like, wow, those are things I'm no longer worried about or concerned about. It's so empowering to see the things that you have done. Be thankful. Practice gratitude. Take time to take stock on the things that are going well in your life. As your brain starts to get rewired to reflect on the positive or the things that have happened that are good, you are able to actually see more packed in the day. Think of it as a treasure hunt. There's always something good packed in the day. But depending on your lenses, you can see it or not see it. A compliment could be seen as, oh, they didn't mean that. They were probably just being sarcastic, or oh, they didn't mean that, just saying that to stroke my ego. And so you miss out on a potential compliment that would probably encourage you to go and launch that business you were supposed to, or that would actually fill your cup for the day. So you miss out on it because it's like, all right. So number 2, be thankful. Be thankful. Scientific study has proved that this works, so keep at it. Number 3, practice good self-care. Oh, okay, hear me out again. I know. And I'm not talking go to do your nails. I actually don't find those things exciting. They're actually stressful. So good self-care, waking up in the morning to meditate. No one's awake. And I just daydream a little bit. What if? I pray, I meditate. I exercise. When I say good self-care, I mean the things that actually help you feel better. Yes, exercise. 5 minutes, no pressure. I know 30 is ideal. Start with 5 minutes. Imagine, daydream. One of my mentors teaches that. There's no imagination police. Go ahead and daydream. What would you have to lose? All right? Practice good self-care. Whatever that is to you, listening to music, dancing, but make sure it's good for you. All right? Exercise is a big one. Studies have shown when you exercise, you release endorphins. These are the same hormones, or these are the same substances that are released when people get high. These are like pleasure hormones. You can get them naturally doing these things. We're going to fight anxiety because we're going to thrive in this new quarter. All right, number 4, feed your joy. Now, this can mean different things for different people. It could mean, do things that you enjoy. Intentionally look for things to make you laugh. Yes. Okay, maybe not too much of TikTok because then you get carried away. Look for things that actually make you laugh. Don't laugh in your head. Don't. I used to do that. I was like, oh yeah, that's funny. No, like laugh. Laughter. Feed your joy. Laugh. Studies also show that laughter, people who laugh more actually live longer, happier lives. I'm not kidding you. It's science. And then it could also mean, looking for people or resources that contribute to that joy. It might take more effort, but you're worth it. So fight for your joy. Okay? Feed your joy. Fight for your joy. And number 5, the last but not the least, ask for help. And when I say ask for help, I don't mean, there's some people you're comfortable sharing this with, and there's some people you're not. When you're asking for help, it could be from reading a book. I want to share a book I read that really helped me when I used to struggle with anxiety. I used to have panic attacks. It's called Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. It was fun, and I share this a lot with my clients, and also podcasts. Like I'm a big fan of Terry Savea-Foy, and I listen to a podcast on Monday morning. But I listen to things. Asking for help might be listening to people who are going through this or who have overcome this, and asking. It's amazing in conversation how liberating it is to notice that you're not the only one who's going through this. The mind chatter with anxiety is not unique to you. It's not. And so you will find that people have said, oh, you too, me too. And you're looking at them like, wow, you are my hero. And you are struggling with this too. And this is, oh, yes, it's not unique to you. So knowing that should be liberating, right? You know that it's not unique to you. You ask for help. And in conversations, you will hear things that people are using or things are doing. You could talk to a therapist. You could talk to a counselor. You could read books on anxiety. You could read books on the mindset. You could read books that help change how you think. It's not something that happens overnight. I wish it was. I would prescribe whatever it is. I would just swap it, just swap it out. And you see life as, yeah, I'm ready for the day. I wish. But it's a gradual process, but we got to start. Ask for help. Mind chatter is not unique to you. That's very, very important. So ask for help. And I'm going to share this. The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer is one of my big favorite books. And I'm going to share one of my biggest ask for help moments. Is in the place of prayer. I literally, and I was encouraged to do this exercise by one of my mentors. So you see, asking for help, having a mentor, having someone you ask for help because they've gone through it too, or looking at people who have overcome that challenge that you're going through and saying, you know what are they doing? How can I learn from them? It's not a copy. No, I'm learning. It's good to copy a good thing. So to take that, let that be less pressure for you. So I literally will write down all my fears. And I was surprised at the number of things I was actually afraid of, consciously and subconsciously. Like, why do I get agitated when this topic comes up? Well, maybe this is the concern. And I literally wrote it down. And remembering the verse, one of my favorite verses in the Bible is Philippians 4, 6, and 7. It says, be anxious for nothing, but with thanksgiving, make your needs known to God. So I would write everything down and pray over it. And it's like dumping. I would write it in a prayer or in a book, or, and I know some of us know about brain dumping. It was my way of brain dumping. Like, I'm afraid of this. I was shocked to see the things I was actually worried about. Write them down, pour it out on paper, and present it to God. I pray over it like, Lord, I need help with this. Apparently I'm scared of this. Apparently I'm worried about this, but I leave it to you. I ask for help. And you can join communities where that's something that you could do together. You could ask, to speak to a therapist, meet with your doctor and say, you know what, this has been affecting me. Do you have any books that I can read? Do you have resources for me? Is there someone I can talk to about this? I wish there are people in your circles and I pray that for you, helpers, people who encourage you in life's journey. Everyone needs that. We talk about it takes a community, it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it takes a community to help that child thrive through lifehood, adulthood, and lifehood. We all need that community. So please ask for what you need. I hope this has been helpful. It's becoming a long tete-a-tete. It's already 13 minutes long. It's supposed to be short, but I hope this has been helpful and this has helped encourage you. Remember the 5, change your thinking, be thankful, practice good self-care, feed your joy, and ask for help. Till I meet with you again May 1st, 2020. May 1st, yes, April 1st. Yeah, May 1st, 2023. It's been nice chatting with you. And thank you for joining me on this tete-a-tete with Dr. O. You have a blessed one, anxiety-free.